I have very mixed feelings about what I just watched. Broadly, I didn't like it, but it also made me cry, so clearly it pulled at some heartstrings somewhere. Go with me. Once upon a time, so a few years back now, there was a BBC series, I think it was called Let It Shine, I can't remember, but basically it was like a talent search where they were casting a musical called The Band, and it was, Saturday night primetime thing. Was Gary Bottle on it? Yeah, Gaza Bay was on it. Amber Riley, who was in Glee, she was on it. She was great. And they put together a band to be the band in the musical The Band, which is written by a guy called Tim Firth. Now, I never got to see the band. I kind of wanted to go and see it because I'd followed the lads that they cast in it, and there were some really talented people in it. But I never actually got around to seeing it. And I know my cousins did go and see it, and they said that it was quite dark in places, which is why I ended up not making an effort to see it, because Eva would have wanted to go, and they said at the time, a few years ago, wasn't age appropriate. So I didn't know the plot of the band, other than it has some quite dark undertones and it was a bit racy and a bit scary. Not scary, sweary, that's what I meant. So now they have brought the band to the screen, but instead of calling it that, they've renamed it as Greatest Days. So basically it's a jukebox musical that uses Take That songs. Same as like Mamma Mia is a jukebox musical. It's where you, well, I don't know why I'm explaining this, I'm sure you know, but you take the songs of a particular band or artist and you use them to tell a story. But it's not, you know, a musical about that band. So obviously Mamma Mia is about the daughter and the wedding and the which one's her dad, apparently. I've never seen the musical on stage or screen. So it's about 5 girls set in, I think it's set in 92, 93. And they are best mates. They're 5 very different girls, but they're all best mates, and they all love the band. And I'm sat there thinking, the band? No, the boys. They're called the boys. The band are called the boys. And I remember sitting there thinking, that's a really stupid name for a band, but then in fairness, Take That as a stupid name for a band as well. So, yeah, they're obsessed with the boys. The main character we're focusing on is played as an adult by Aisling Bea. And she is a ward sister with a nice partner and a rescue dog. And she wants to win tickets for the boys who are having a reunion tour. And she wants to get our best mates back together to go. So we keep flicking back and forwards between present day and early 90s, when the 5 girls are together and they're friends and they've all got the things they're passionate about. They're all very different from each other. One of my gripes about the film is I looked at them and thought these 5 girls would never be friends, because I know what it was like to be a teenage girl in the 90s, and yeah, those 5 characters just wouldn't work together, but we're supposed to believe that they do. So yeah, we're flicking backwards and forwards between sort of the present day or more recently and then the past. And when, spoilers, when Rachel, Aisling Bea's character, when she does win the tickets for the reunion tour, and she asks the radio station to contact each of the women because she hasn't been in touch with them for a long time, when they get to the airport, there's only 4 of them. So then you realise that something has happened to the 5th member of their friend group, and that's the reason why they haven't been in touch for 25 years. So that element of it is quite tragic and quite sad. The reason I didn't really like it is it didn't make sense. I love Take That. I do. I always have. Since, 92? Since I was... Yeah, I've loved them for like 30 years. And I've seen them live. I didn't see them live like back in the day at that peak, like the early 90s, 95 peak. I didn't see them together until the reunion tour where they did the greatest hits. And then I saw Progress live when Robbie came back and so on. So yeah, I love Take That, and I love their songs. They're absolute bangers. Gary Barlow writes great pop songs, catchy as, lovely stuff. Every single time in this film a Take That song started and people started doing choreography, I just wanted to die. It was horrible. It was so cringy, and I just thought, no, please don't do that. So the boys who are in the band, you never find out their names, they never speak, they just keep appearing in the background of like Rachel's, almost like it's in her imagination. But there's a scene where they're like, the girls are walking to school and they're coming down the high street, and then all of a sudden the boys are there and they're doing a big song and dance number, and Rachel's home life is quite tempestuous. Her mum and dad are fighting a lot, so she's trying to protect her little brother. So in that sense, again, it's quite like dark, but then she's using them singing Pray in the kitchen to drown out the noise of her parents fighting, and it's just, and they're like in the cupboards and stuff, and I just thought, I don't it's making me cringe. And I love musicals, I love Take That, and I love musicals, so shouldn't I love the two things together? Well, I just don't. It was cringy, and they'd just gone for sort of generic boy band types, but obviously acknowledging the fact that Take That were extremely white. They've gone for a bit more diversity within the 5 girls. There is more diversity as well. There's one is Asian, and then there's also one who is black. So they're not just doing like, they're making that effort to sort of broaden things out a little bit. There's a bus driver who appears in drag. That was fun. But overall, I'm just watching it going, please stop singing and dancing. Please stop this faceless band. Just stop it. And there's one scene, spoilers again, which I don't normally do, but I don't really care at this point. There's one scene where they're on like the train in the present day, like on the tube or metro in Athens, and Take That are there busking. And I just saw actual Take That and thought, I want to watch them. And I want to hear them sing these songs. I don't want to hear the boys sing them or other people sing them, because they're Take That songs. So yeah, it was just all a bit odd. But like I say, when they dealt with the friendship thing and that feeling of nostalgia and the freedom of being a teenage girl in the 90s, when your friends did mean everything to you, and if you didn't get concert tickets, it was the end of the actual world, that like really did move me, because I can relate so hard to that. But like, I love Aisling Bea, and one of the others present day was played by Jade Adams. I didn't know the other 2 actresses, but they were really good. I just wanted to curl up in a ball and shrivel, so it wasn't for me, and it definitely wouldn't make me want to see the stage musical if ever that was to be revived. It's a big old no from me. But I'm going to listen to some Take That, because good songs when sung by Take That, not in a weird film with choreography. And yeah, not a fan of Take That, not a fan of Greatest Days. Soz. Okay. Katie out.